tariff increase by the US government? I mean, which are the sectors or which sectors you are exposed to are going to get impacted most?
Pharma industry and textile industries are going to be affected in the range if it is being maintained, this tariff, without any further reduction. So now any customer maintains account with the PNB, they can maintain with a zero balance also. There will not be any penalty imposed.
ICICI Bank has recently recently said that they'll charge some fee for transactions, UPI transactions through payment aggregators. So is this the way banks are going to go?
Old tax regime, we need to pay around 35% of our profit. In the new tax regime, we have benefit of 25%.
First of all, how would you rate this performance, the Q1 performance?
First of all, let me thank you for this opportunity to New Indian Express, and also my compliments and regards to all my PNB Parivar and all our customers and stakeholders for yet another good performance for PNB. In fact, if you want to rate me, this is one of the best balance sheet. The times are changing. There is a fall in the interest regime, and despite that, we could able to perform our global business. We have raised by 11.6 YOY, and the global deposits 12.9%, and our global advances at 9.8%. And if you see our profitability, our profit before tax, it is 6,758 crores with a growth rate of 28.3%. And we have made our operating profit in excess of 7,000 crores. It is one of the best in the bench, in performance of PNB. So these are all happened. And only one, this one, we had shifted our tax regime from old tax to new tax regime. On account of that, we have to make a one-time provision of around 3,300 crores. On account of that, we could able to give our net profit at 48% below the previous year. But there is advantage, even though we are spending that amount 3,300 crores as one-time provision we are absorbed in this quarter, we see the benefit of 700 crores, 10% reduction. We are making 7,000 crores operating profit, 10% amounts to 700 crores. So every quarter, from this quarter onwards, we are saving 700 crores. So this year itself, we could able to recover 7 into 4, 2,800 crores out of our one-time provision. We have made 3,300 crores. So it will be much beneficial in the coming years. So this is the right time for us to shift. But for that, all our ratios are fantastic. Our growth is really, I can say, very much satisfying.
So this saving is because of the tax that you are saving, because of the shift in the new tax regime?
Yeah. Because, the old tax regime, we need to pay around 35% of our profit. In the new tax regime, we have benefit of 25%. There is a 10% gap is there. So because of our deferred tax assets and all, there is a formula is there that where we have to make one-time provision in the event of our conversion from old regime to new tax regime. It is only one time. Okay. So this will be a long, I can say, term benefit on account of our migration to new tax regime.
Okay. Sir, your net interest income growth has been a little moderate year on year. In fact, there is a decline quarter on quarter. So is it normal when the interest rates are falling? I mean, how do you see this?
Yeah, it is basically, whenever the rate cut is implemented by the Reserve Bank, it is next day we are passing on the benefit to the customers who are under the RLR regime, external benchmark lending rate, made loans. We are immediately passing on. But whereas we are repricing of deposits, we are taken at higher rate, and it requires little time for us to get that margins. So probably by Q3, Q4, we may able to maintain that. But for the time, there will be a pressure on our NII. But despite that, we are not fallen drastically. But we could able to sustain. And then that is the reason our operating profit is not affected.
So, your net interest margin is 2.84%. How do you see vis-a-vis other PSU banks? I mean, do you think you have your performance is better than, say, other PSU banks, whoever has come out with the results?
Absolutely. It is, there is a fall in net interest margin across all the banks because of this rate cuts and as well as the delay in repricing. But we feel our performance under NIM is one of the best because our domestic NIM is around 2.84 and our global NIM is 2.7. And as I said, we are going to get benefit of this income tax provision. I mean, that reduced tax burden of 700 crores going forward. And our guidance in the beginning, we are given the NIM at the range of 2.8 to 2.9. We are very confident that we will be falling finally between that range 2.8 to 2.9, which the guidance we are given in the beginning of the financial year. So it will not be any problem. Our domestic, our treasury is doing well, and we don't see any other pressure on this NIM going further down.
So how long will it take for you to, in terms of deposit rates to reduction in interest rate to the depositors? Yeah,
it is gradual. It is not that whenever there is 1% reductions or 50 basis, we are not passing on this rate cut on deposits. It's only for the new maturities, but we are very cautious because we know the competition for the deposits emerging in the market, and we need to keep in pace with the deposit rates of all other banks in deciding our deposits. Now, recently, even our highest interest rate for 290 days, we maintain at 6.7%. We are offering that for 390 days maturity. So, but gradually we reduce by 10 basis, 15 basis points in tune with that. But of course, the repricing, entire deposit repricing will take some time. It will take some time because the maturities are falling on different dates. We foresee this kind of benefit on account of the reduction in interest rates, and our gradual reduction will take place in the only during the renewals. So Q3, Q4 will be definitely, it will be, we will be come out of this, whatever maybe the net interest income difference, we may able to get better returns in the Q3 and Q4.
Okay, so that means another 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, it is not that already three months onwards we'll start seeing that our maturities will be at renewed at deposit will be renewed at the revised rates. So gradually it is happening. Gradually it is happening. Yes.
Okay. Right now your deposit growth is good. It looks strong. But do you think you would be able to maintain that rate, deposit growth rate, going forward?
Yeah, in fact, if we see our guidance, we are given the deposit growth rate at 9 to 10% in the beginning, and our advances we wanted to little bit more with 11 to 12%. This is the guidance we are given to the market. Why so? Because our CD ratio is around 70% now. So we have enough room available for us to grow within the available deposits. That's why we have moderated our deposit growth between 9 to 10%, and then our credit growth at 11 to 12%. We are on the target.
You're on the target. Okay. But you said that, so your CD rate is around 73, 74%, right?
70%.
CD ratio. Yeah.
70. Yeah.
Okay. And you would want it to be, say, at what level by the end of the year?
This year, our guidance will be around 73% because we have that headroom is available for us to make a lending at the deposit. We have a lot of non-SLR securities also there for us. So we can make use of that money and then to lend in the market. But we don't want to miss any opportunity of growth. Whatever maybe the deposit growing, that also will moderately will grow in that. This time, because last time, if you see in our global, our deposit rate is more than the credit growth. So this time we want to compensate that by so that the credit growth will be outpacing the deposit growth.
Okay. So in terms of credit growth, I mean, your credit growth is doing well mostly because of retail and MSME. Agriculture and corporate remains muted. So do you think
in fact, if you see our your own this one, the agriculture, we have a very big portfolio. We grow around 6% plus, and retail whole we grow around 12%, and MSME around 18% and growth. Our corporate growth is only 7% YOY. But we have conducted a lot of campaigns, outreach programs, and that is the reason in the March 2025, we have our corporate officers in the field, and they have mobilized a lot of proposals through the field, and resulted in there is a very good growth during the first quarter itself. And this kind of outreach programs we are conducting for this RAM sector, including retail, agriculture, and MSME. Our corporate, this one, the pending disbursement itself, we have around 91,000 crores. We have disbursements. That is pending because these are all ongoing projects. It will catch up during the slowly during Q2, Q3, Q4. It will be there. And we have under proposal, under process, we have around 38,000 crores. So our strong, we have a corporate pipeline, despite shredding some low cost, low income generating assets in the corporate, 21,000 crores, still we maintain our corporate book very decent.
So, sir, from your corporate loan growth, what do you make of the private investment scenario in India right now?
In fact, it is not that the corporate book, we are very cautious. All our lending will be towards A and above. And we are only focus sectors, renewable energy or the road projects, all these things, and then hotels, hospitals, other infrastructure developments. We are very selective in our approach, and we will go for the good groups only to lend. That is the reason we have very, very less NPA in our corporate books now. And it is very safe advance. Though maybe a little bit interest rate reduction will be there. We are very cautious in our approach lending to the state government, central government, and A-rated companies and above.
Okay, but generally, what is the trend now? I mean, do you think there is an uptake from corporate in the corporate credit growth?
Yeah, it is happening because we say that we have seen our books 7% we have grown YOY. And this growth is despite I told that 21,000 crores we have given back. If we take that 21,000, we wanted to retain at a little bit lower than our expected yield, we would have been grown at 11%. So things are happening. Only thing we are cautious because the bottom line we are focusing, we don't want to lose our yield on advances by way of lending to corporates. That's the reason. The industry, otherwise the industry is doing good. Some of the banks are here and there evincing interest to even to fund the lower interest assets also.
What is the yield on corporate book right now, sir?
It will be around 7.25. It will be there.
Okay, 7.25. Okay, sir. Coming to your MSME book, I mean, it is growing, but the NPA levels are also high. In fact, I saw the slippage ratios, percentage slippage is also very high. So, is there a problem area? Is this a problem area? How are you addressing this?
No, actually, one of the best I can say that the slippage we have done this 0.71% against our guidance of 1%. So, in the sense, entire year around 1,888 crores and odd only we have slipped during our first quarter. The maximum, this 50% will be in MSME and here and there agriculture and retail, little bit will be there. But this is one of the best, I can say, the maintenance. And then even our credit cost is only 0.15% against our guidance of 0.50. So these are all one of the best industry benchmarks what we have created. And then we have PNB is having a robust credit monitoring system and then slippage control system. And we see that there won't be any pressure in our this one. We have improved our underwriting standards. Actually, we wanted to drive through digital lending through rule-based engines. So this may definitely will benefit in terms of delinquency in the future. And we have our better monitoring system. Definitely, we have a very good control over slippages.
Okay. No, so I was especially talking about the MSME book, loan book.
Yeah, MSME loan book, it will be there because we seen that slippage, 50% slippages are happening in the small value loans. Normally, these loans will be there because the exposure we need to take for this MSME, there may be a little bit handholding required. There may be genuine failures on the part of the borrowers because they cannot actually time the repayment. That's the main problem. They have intent to pay. But they will not follow the time norms of 30 days, 60 days, SMAs, NPAs. Little bit persuasion is required. And that is why there will be a slippage. And we are able to get some of the recovery even after NPA also in MSMEs.
So have you taken into account the fact that, the impact of this tariff increase by the US government? I mean, which are the sectors or which sectors you are exposed to are going to get impacted most? Have you taken a call on that as yet?
Yeah, it is very new. Yesterday phenomena, we also seen that it is happening. But what they say, the pharma industry and textile industries are going to be affected in the range if it is being maintained, this tariff, without any further reduction. But our exposure is well balanced. We are mostly in the energy sector and then road transport and all, and mostly domestic driven industries. Our export in that is very limited. We can able to tolerate that because nothing is going to happen any immediately. It is not that the profitability is going to affect, it may turn into NPA, the kind of apprehensions are not there. Of course, yes, what you are told, that opportunities to grow in that sector where the tariff has been imposed, we have to see that prospects of exposed to US and resultant growth in future. That is the wait and watch situation we are adopting, sir.
So your CASA ratio is now around 37%.
Yeah.
It was around 40% a year ago, if I'm not wrong. So, do you think it is possible to reach that level maybe next 1 year, or because the interest rates are falling, it may find it difficult? You may find it difficult.
Yeah, it is. In fact, sir, in like all the many banks have taken the initiative, we have waived our non-maintenance of minimum balance. That whatever the charges we are recovering, around close to 280 crores, we have foregone because we have to be very fair to the customers. Number one. Second, we have revamped all our savings bank products. On 12th April, during our Foundation Day celebrations, we announced very revamped our savings banks accounts. And we have made all sectors, whether salaried, women, farmers, senior citizens, with all benefits. I can say that personal accident insurance, we are giving 1 crore to select set of people, and it starts with 30 lakhs to 1 crore, and then the term life insurance we are giving the health checkup benefits. So many inbuilt features are being given in the every product depending upon the need and necessity, so that these kind of products make it very attractive. And this has benefited us. In the first quarter itself, we could able to open 12 lakh accounts with the incremental in the balance in the source in the 10,000 crores. So these are the products now. It is not that a very vanilla product of savings plan and all will not be catching the eyes of the customers. So we need to have more and more, I can say, value added features in our savings bank product. And the bank is incurring a very huge expenditure in bringing the features into the savings bank account. Continue forward, we have plans to open around 50 lakh accounts in this financial year. And we are successful in the initial flow, and Q2, Q3, Q4 will be very, we are going with the tie up with the many companies to float these schemes for the savings banks.
So you are saying that, you have, so there are no penalty for not maintaining minimum balance.
Yeah, it was there. It's a call taken by many of the banks, peer banks, and PNB has a very lead in taking that call in giving this benefit to the customers. So now any customer maintains account with the PNB, they can maintain with the zero balance also. There will not be any penalty imposed on account of maintaining the minimum lower the balance.
This is only for PSBs, or even the private sector banks are also following this?
It is not any mandatory. It is on there voluntarily. People are seeking that because in the deposits to get the more deposit into the CASA, these kind of initiatives are taken place nowadays, and to encourage people to save in the banks. Many times they may save, and sometimes they miss out the minimum balance. So not to make anything, so that they'll have very, very free mind to maintain their balance in the account, whatever may be the limit.
Okay, sir, I want to know your view on, some banks are saying that in fact, ICICI Bank has recently recently said that they'll charge some fee for, transactions, UPI transactions through payment aggregators. So, is this the, I mean, banks have been asking for that. So is this the way banks are going to go, or is it just one of bank? What is it?
Oh, in fact, no, there is no such move in our bank. We don't want to make any other money out of transactions. We are very clear that we need to encourage transactions by the customers with the bank, so that we will get our float. We don't want otherwise to make this. Our offerings are increased to the customers.
So you're not going to charge anything on UPI transactions?
Yes.
Okay. So coming to your asset quality performance, by and large, it has been very good. GNPA has gone down, net NPA has gone down. Even slippages have gone down. So what are you doing? What are the things that you have what are the steps that you have taken to achieve that kind of numbers?
Yeah, if you see our net NPA is only 0.38. Only our provision coverage ratio is already 90% plus. And overall provision coverage is excluding our TW accounts is 97%. Just like that to say that in any recovery, if we make in our NPA accounts, we could able to reverse 97% of the provisions made into the account. So we have such a solid books in our bank. And we need not worry about the NPAs, all these things, because any NPA recovery is a profit to the bank. We have come to such a situation because we are fully provided. Second is that we have made our recovery in the beginning itself. We have given our guidance that we will be making around 16,000 crores recovery during this financial year. And we split up on between the 4 quarters average, 4,000 crores is the cash recovery target we have imposed on our as. Now, if you see in the first quarter, we could able to clock more than 3,350 crores recovery we have made under cash recovery, just short of around 650. Even though it is a June quarter, it's no for banking. It is a mute quarter because of the transfers, all other dislocations. It will be there. But despite that, we could able to give 84% of our target we have achieved under cash recovery. And the remaining shortfall, what is maybe 650 crores of our own self-imposed target, plus current quarter 4,600 is the new benchmark we have set for this cash recovery. We are absolutely doing well. All this cash recovery, definitely I said that it helps in the reversal of provision. And now our slippage, if you see that our recovery is to the extent of 3,350, our slippage is 1,880. And we are now recovering 1.8 times of our slippages, 1.8x of our slippage. So there is we don't require any incremental provisions and all to make the sufficient whatever the provisions we have made, because we have controlled our slippages and we are accelerating our NPA recovery. Definitely our asset quality will continue to be robust with the more and more, I can say, the standard assets growing. And we'll see for the recovery mechanism also tightened. We have changed our recovery model. We have made specialized asset management branches, asset recovery management branches to deal with the different amount of NPA accounts. And then we have also made our recovery agents for outsourced for making the recovery of small value accounts. We see that good traction is happening in the field in terms of recovery.
How much have you, how much of your bad loans have you transferred to NRCL, and what is the plan for the year of this?
No, we have right now around over 5,136 crores is with the NARCL, and then our NCLT outstanding is around 52,000 crores. Now it is there. So the recoveries are happening, and we are getting a good recovery because it is not, you can say the regular flow will be there. We can see some surprises here and there. Whenever the deal is clinched, we will be getting some substantial recovery. So it is happening. This because our actions are there that to transfer the accounts and sale to ARC. Everything is happening in a time-bound manner, so that no other opportunity will be left for recovering this NP accounts.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for talking to us. Pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepakji. Thank you very much.